I made my first $1 million in my crypto career at the age of 19 by trading Solana meme coins and have since then helped hundreds of people across the world scale their own portfolios to similar levels while scaling my own, not through any magical indicators or tools, but through my strategy of narrative analysis. I've been able to win at this deceptively difficult game by filtering for quality, and right now there's finally a new trading terminal that lets you build this skill with a built-in, highly advanced algorithm that does the heavy lifting of filtering for quality coins for you. I've been using it recently with an extremely high 80% win rate. It's called Nova, and in this video I'm giving the most up-to-date and in-depth walkthrough on Nova and showing you through live trades how much of an advantage it really gives you. It's completely free, lightning fast, and one of the only trading terminals that automatically puts you a step ahead of everyone else. I'll show you exactly how I use its features, the best filters for finding high quality coins, and the strategy I use to set myself up in only the most quality coins on Solana. If you're serious about finding some life-changing opportunities in crypto, this guide on Nova is going to change the way you trade. Let's get into it.
This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. These are just my personal opinions on the market.
Now, what is Nova and why is this a game changer? So Nova is a trading platform designed specifically for on-chain coins on Solana. Everything from meme coins to coins on news to utility coins, everything on Solana. Now, I've talked about other trading terminals and trading bots in the past, and I've avoided some of them for so long since I don't really like switching between them. I mean, no one does. It's a hassle, right? But Nova, man, they've really stepped up their game. And the reason it stands out is because it gives you some of the most unique and useful features that no other trading terminal in the game currently has, all in one place. They have a real-time tracker of every newly created coin on Solana. They have instant transactions so you never deal with delays. They have a built-in tracker that updates you on every single coin that's scanned in other popular public paid trading communities. They have a custom wallet tracker with live alerts. They have the most advanced scam detection system that identifies sketchy tokenomics and transactions on any coin. They've got a cashback system, so a small free refund for every single transaction you make. And my personal favorite feature, an advanced Nova exclusive algorithm that utilizes past months of data to filter higher quality coins. And on top of all of these features, Nova is now partnered with Turnkey, the same wallet security infrastructure used by the most secure trading terminals in the space. And in terms of speed, alpha, and security, Nova is one of the best bets you can take. It's the most beginner-friendly tool for trading meme coins and the only terminal that gives you a real edge in the market and allows you to put in less time and energy for higher potential profits, which is something I always try to emphasize. So how are we going to set up this stack trading terminal? Well, first, go to the link in the description and make sure it has @fortune at the end of it. Through that code, you'll get a 20% free cashback on every single trade you take, which is the highest cashback rate that you can start with. And once you're there, it should bring you to a page like this. And all you need to do from this point is connect your Phantom wallet, and Nova will then generate an exclusive private key for you. Make sure to write this private key down and store it somewhere safe, offline. This is your only way to recover your Nova wallet. And once you're signed in, you're good to go. You'll be brought to a quick rundown of Nova's features, and let's break each one of them down because I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed with everything. So the first important tab that we're gonna talk about is Nova's Cosma tab right here. And this is where every single coin is gonna appear in real time, like any other standard trading terminal. This is where all the attention is gonna be. But just looking at it straight up, it's extremely easy to get overwhelmed, right? Tons of new coins popping up in your face every millisecond. So to break it down a little bit, let's talk about the UI. So the left column is going to be where every new coin is going to pop up in real time. The middle column is for when new coins are close to what's called migration, which is when a coin reaches a high enough specific market cap to move to a separate liquidity pool. Some fancy language right there, but all that means is that the middle column is going to be for coins that are getting buys right now. And that's when it comes up onto the third column, which is where every newly migrated coin will come up. So to simplify things, all new coins are going to start up in the left column. When they start to pick up buys, they're going to end up in the middle. And when they hit a certain market cap, they're going to end up in the right. Now I'm going to tell you right off the bat, 99% of the coins that pop up here are garbage, and you will lose money trying to trade these poor quality coins. So keeping a level head and not buying everything you see getting volume, I know you might be a little excited right now, is the first important step of navigating Nova properly. So we're going to set up some filters, and the most impactful filters right now, and the ones I personally use, are listed right here, so feel free to take a screenshot. And let's actually set that up in real time. So for the newly created, we're going to hit this little logo over here. You're going to scroll down and go to the total fees paid section and make sure that says 0.1 and hit apply. For the middle, we're going to go down again. We're going to hit 0.5 fees minimum. We're going to go to market cap, make sure that says 11,000 minimum. And then we're going to go to volume and make sure that says 8,000 minimum, hit apply. And for the graduated section, we're going to go to market cap, 11,000 minimum, and a minimum of 3.5 SOL in fees paid. And you can see I'm really emphasizing the fees paid right here because the fees paid on a coin is going to be the most accurate indicator of whether a coin is getting organic volume or not. And now that we've got our filter set up, you can also see that there's a lot of little logos right here on every single coin. And if you open up any chart, there's going to be some indicators on the chart as well. So let me quickly break down what each of them mean. And you can think of this as Nova's scam detection system. So let me use this coin ZGBT right here as an example. At the very bottom, we have the first logo over here, the crown. This is going to be the top 10 holders. So this is the percent supply of the coin being held by the top 10 wallets with the most supply. And obviously, if only a select few individuals are holding the majority supply of a coin, that's something you need to watch out for. So a high top 10 holder percentage is going to be a red flag. And coins with an extremely egregious top 10 holder percentage, like if I scroll down, 54%. This is a coin you want to avoid off that alone. The next logo right here, the DH, is going to be how much percent supply is being held by the developer of the coin. Same thing, most of the time, you don't want a large percent being held by the person running the coin. Because let's be honest, anyone launching a coin is doing so to extract, right? So once again, same exact thing as the top 10 holder percentage. Almost every coin that you see with a high dev holding, you can instantly raise a red flag. Now the next little logo here is going to be the sniper percentage. And this is going to be the percent supply of the coin that was bought on the first block. So the first buyers of a coin. And same thing as the previous two logos. I mean, you can see that there's a pattern here, right? A coin with a high sniper percentage is a coin that's being controlled by only a select few individuals. And of course, once again, you don't want one person controlling the entire supply of the coin. So same exact thing. If this is high, you can raise a red flag. Now, the next indicator is insiders. And these are the wallets that have been transferred supply from the dev wallet. So you can kind of think of this as an extension of the DH percentage. So same thing here, not really a percentage you want to see high of. And the next is going to be the bundle percentage. So this indicator tells you what percentage of the coin was bought with multiple wallets at once. So a coin with a high bundle percentage means a lot of the supply of the coin was bought at once. And that can either mean the coin is in high demand or more likely it's being controlled by a select few individuals. So same exact thing here. You don't want to see an egregious percentage in any of these stats. And finally, on some coins, you'll see this little eagle logo right here. It's either going to say paid or boost or both. And that just means that the developer of the coin paid for the coin to get promoted on a popular coin data website called Dex Screener right here. So just a way for the developer of the coin to establish a little bit more investor credibility. Now above that, the first logo you're going to see on the top is the tweet or social site that the coin is attached to. So for example, for ZGPT coin, if I click on the first logo right here, it's going to bring me to the ZGPT Twitter page. And this is where I can get some information about the coin. The next logo right here is going to be the Telegram. So if I click on this, it's going to bring me to the ZGPT Telegram group. Not going to open this for this example right here. And past that is going to be the official website attached to the coin. So for ZGPT, if I click on the website, it's a tech coin. So it's going to bring me to the official ZGPT website. And what it does, once again, just another way of getting more information about the coin and what it's about. And a few more important indicators are the holders right here. So how many wallets are in the coin, and the regular traders right here. So how many unique wallets are in a coin. If these numbers are suspiciously low or higher compared to the other coins that you're seeing, that could be a sign that the coin is getting inorganic buys and sells. Basically, it's being ran by a bot. Now, what's really cool about Nova as well, that I've not seen any other trading terminal have so far, is if I open up the chart, for example. This one's a little hard to see, so let's go to a different coin. So if I open up this coin, for example, you can see on the chart that I can see the average entry of the top 10 holders and the average exit of the top 10 holders. And there's a lot of ways you can use this indicator as further confluence for when you're trading. So let's say you're seeing the coin pump and you're seeing that a lot of the top holders of the coin are averaging out at this level. So the wallets with the most supply are selling around here. And that could be a red flag if you're in this coin or you're bearish on this coin. And an example, you can use the top 10 average entry indicator, could be thinking of this as support. Okay, this is where the top holders of the coin are starting to buy in. And those top holders are usually the wallets that control the price of the coin. And if I go to the data and security panel right here, you can also see an indicator that I didn't mention before called fresh holders and fresh holder percentage. So this is going to be how many new wallets are in the coin and what percent supply of the coin is being held by new wallets. And why this is important is because a lot of sketchy coins usually have a lot of their supply being held by fresh wallets. Because obviously, let's say you're the dev, right? You're here to extract with your coin. You're going to be making a lot of new wallets to try to get as much supply of your coin as possible. And Nova does a great job in flagging that. And all these indicators really help you filter out the 1% of coins that have profit potential. Now, to actually trade the system, as I said, 99% of the coins you're going to see will be garbage and near impossible to make profits on. So, to actually find profitable coins, you're going to purely use the skill of narrative analysis, especially in market conditions like right now, where volume is slower, even though there are still high quality coins still spawning in. I want you to trade based on narrative first. The goal here is to train your process, right? So the first thing you need to do when you see a coin that catches your eye on Nova is simply ask yourself, number one, is there a leading narrative right now? So right now, for example, funny enough, 6-7 coin is at multi-millions. It's at a $40 million market cap right now. So similar narratives to this, like number related meme coins, may be something I'm looking out for at this moment. And number two, is there a clear hook and a story that people will buy into? You need to think of every single coin as a story. So, how do you actually identify a compelling story? Well, after years of trading crypto and meme coins, I finalized narrative analysis into a 4-box test. Before buying any single coin, you need a number one. Is the coin telling a clear story that will make people believe that it will go higher? So fundamentally asking, does the coin have some kind of a attention garnering aspect that will either bring eyes or establish investor credibility? Number two, who is behind the story? So is the coin ran by an influential individual or team that will make people believe that they will push it? Number three, are there any realistic catalysts, so a physical or sentiment-based event that could realistically occur that will bring new capital into the coin? And number four, when thinking of these possible catalysts, you also need to ask yourself, who is the audience that will buy the coin even 5 times higher than it is right now? And you can read this by looking at the coin's name, Twitter, and website to see any information about the coin and what kind of narrative that they're trying to push, which Nova does a great job at identifying through their indicators right here, which I already explained. And putting narrative first is so important because crypto in general has no sort of adoption right now, right? It's an attention-based speculative market. So people price coins on what could happen, a story playing out that will cause investors to believe that the coin will go higher. You want to be extremely selective about what you buy. And it's why I'm not really a fan of scalping, right? A big mistake I see from new traders is thinking that they can trade every fresh pair that pops up here for a couple % gains and somehow stack that up over time. Let me be clear, you are not that skilled, right? You are not going to be that good as a beginner. And even beyond that, it's just deceptively very difficult to actually build solid money trading like that. You're prioritizing quantity over quality when you're scalping. You've got to be precise with every single coin to the second. And even then, all it takes is just one bad trade, one unlucky rug, one unlucky scam, or just one unexpected factor, and boom, all those small gains you were stacking up just gone in an instant. Me personally, I can trade that way, but that's because I'm experienced enough to instantly know when a coin could have potential in an instant. You likely can't do that. I'm sorry to say this. So something that really helps with being selective towards higher quality narratives is restricting yourself to the graduated section until you get to that level. This is where coins that have already gotten buys are going to end up in. You're pretty much analyzing only the narratives that have proven themselves to get past that first step, these first 2 columns. You're not here to spend your entire day staring at charts, scalping 50 different coins, praying for a $100 day. You're here to make significant generational wealth, right? And that's only going to come from focusing on the highest quality, highest RR, most asymmetrical opportunities. Now, with that emphasis on narrative and selectivity, Nova actually has a feature that kind of throws that out the window and gives you an opportunity to filter out possible winning narratives without having to restrict yourself to just the migrated section, and even give you the potential for a higher win rate when scalping to actually make the process worth it. And this is where we get into Nova's Ignite system. It's going to be the tab right next to Cosmo right here, and Ignite is Nova's in-house algorithm trained on months of data from previous runners. It spots patterns that historically precede big moves and pings coins with potential, doing a large portion of the narrative filtering for you. It has seen enough real winners that it can surface coins with genuine potential before the crowd catches on. Think of it kind of as a narrative analysis that's always active 24/7. It's not going to completely replace your judgment, but it will do a huge part of the filtering, so you can spend more of your time and focus on evaluating and researching a short list of candidates instead of drowning out in the tens of thousands of coins that are going to pop up in new pairs. And when you open up Ignite, you're going to see kind of a similar UI to the Cosmo tab, but divided into only two columns, early and surging. The early column on the left is going to be coins that are pinged below a market cap threshold that you control. Surging is going to be above that market cap. And I like to keep that threshold at the default right here at around 50K, but you can move the tape to dial it up or down. And for trading in the Ignite tab, it's important that we keep an eye on both, which should be much easier than the new pair Cosmo tab because everything is filtered. Now, Ignite has a couple different important indicators from Cosmo. The first one I want you to focus on is going to be the left market cap right here. This is going to be the market cap of when Ignite pinged the coin in question. And that's also what you see of the chart indicator of any coin that was pinged by Ignite. You can see on this coin, for example, Ignite pinged it at 62K. And the right market cap right here is going to be the coin's current market cap. And you're going to be seeing the exact same icons on the bottom row from the new pairs in Cosmo. You'll be able to see dev holdings, insider percentage, bundle percentage, all that good stuff. And do research on the coin with the icons in the top row. Now, on the right, you can see that there's some differentiating indicators for these Ignite coins as well. The first indicator right here, the multiplier, is the ROI of when Ignite pinged the coin and the current all-time high of the coin. So for example, the first coin right here, 6-7 dude, the maximum ROI of buying on Ignite is a 10.64x. And next to that is going to be a slightly more numerical version. It's going to be how much sold if you bought one SOL of the coin on the Ignite ping and sold the current all-time high. And you can see the current all-time high since the ping over here on the very right. And what I also like to do is have your sound notifications on for both of these columns in the Ignite section and have your quick buy set up to whatever fits you well. I personally go from anywhere from 3 to 10. So if you want to have one SOL as your default buy, just put in 1. If you want to have 5, you can have 5, 10, whatever fits you well. Now you can see that Ignite does surprisingly a very good job at filtering out more quality coins. With the social proof shown on today's runners alone, that's a 21.16x, that's a 10.64x. So Ignite is going to be your narrative filter. You're not going to get lost in the tens of thousands of coins that you're seeing a day. You're gauging what the market has automatically proven to like through past several months of data. It's already filtering out an extremely large portion of coins with little potential. And this clearly isn't backed by nothing either. And since Nova's recent upgrade, Ignite has managed to identify nearly every single running coin. For example, this was one of the runners in the past couple weeks, Plypin, and Ignite managed to catch it at an 11.2k market cap with an all-time high of almost 2 mil for a 150x. Another coin in the past couple weeks, Fun, that Ignite was able to catch at a 51x and ended up running to over a $20 million market cap for over a 300x. The social proof is clearly there. I mean, even with today's runners, you can see with the multiplier signal that Ignite gives you a window for exponential profit potential. But, and I really want to emphasize this, do not just purely rely on the Ignite feature and buy every single coin that you see here. It's an algorithm that filters out quality like no other terminal in the game right now. But at the end of the day, it's still an algorithm, right? It's not going to be perfect. And you can see that some of the multipliers are a little bit deceiving. Like if I go to this coin, for example, Raid. It said that I would have made a little bit of profit if I put in one SOL, but because of price impact and low liquidity in these new coins, if I bought on the Ignite ping on a coin as low liquidity as this one, my buy would have been the very top and it would have nuked anyways. I would actually not be profitable if I bought this coin on the ping. And not to mention, you're never going to sell the exact top every single time, right? It's impossible. So we're going to take this a step further and raise our selectivity even further by once again only focusing on coins with potential narratives on Ignite. Ignite is going to be a tool that helps with narrative analysis through its filter, not a crutch. So for every single coin you see, once again, run it through the 4-box filter. Is the coin telling a clear story that will make people believe it will go higher? Is the coin ran by an influential individual or team that will make people believe that they will push it? Are there any realistic catalysts? And who is your exit liquidity that is buying higher than you are? And of course, the strength of these 4 points that build a coin's narrative is going to determine whether a coin is more suited for a scalp or longer term flip. Weaker narratives that still have some kind of substance within these 4 are going to be more frequent and have higher potential for a scalp, while stronger narratives that are going to hold for higher multiples are going to check off multiple boxes. I mean, if I go back to, once again, that coin over here, I can take one look at this and see that even though it's on Ignite, it's still garbage. I mean, no narrative. What the fuck is Raid coin? No valuable information, no kind of story that this tells whatsoever, no realistic catalyst, zero followers, zero following, it's ran by a nobody. And if you were in this coin, maybe you could hope that someone with copy traders would, for some reason, buy into this, which is complete luck most of the time. But if I compare to something like this coin right here, there's clearly a decent narrative. I haven't looked into the community, but there's probably something carrying this forward that separates this from all the other 6-7 beta coins that we've seen so far. And 6-7 coin is at an all-time high right now. So these type of coins are going to get a lot of attention. And I can see that Ignite filtered it at a low entry for me. And there's potential for decent profit, even if you averaged out right after. Trading crypto, especially meme coins, is going to be very discretionary most of the time. It's going to come down to intuition and narrative analysis, as generic as that sounds. And the Ignite tab is just an awesome feature for training this process because it gets rid of the tens of thousands of coins that are made daily with no potential whatsoever, and it still gives you the opportunity of entering early. You save so much time and energy with this process. You don't need to watch every single coin out of the tens of thousands in the new pairs tab, and instead prioritize the Ignite tab. My personal setup that I would recommend to any beginner using this terminal would simply be having Cosmo on my main monitor, your Discord trading communities, and Twitter on the other, and another monitor or screen solely dedicated for Ignite. That's how important I think this feature is. And running every coin that catches your eye on Cosmo, as well as any coin that pops up on Ignite through that narrative filter that I gave you, you're not going to miss a runner this way, and you'll be continuously training your narrative analysis. Now, for this trading process, Nova has a wide variety of features that make your life easier. And number one is transaction speed. Transaction speed is obviously extremely important for a trading terminal, and when it comes to speed, Nova is one of the fastest in the market. And for your transaction settings, sticking with Nova's default is honestly fine. You can head to your presets. You can keep slippage 25%. Might seem a little bit high, but you need to keep it like this because of how volatile meme coins are, especially ones with lower market cap. For bribery, the default does the job just fine. For priority, default once again does the job just fine. And MEV protection is going to be on secure by default. MEVs usually don't occur anymore, but I would just keep this always on just in case. Your transaction could be sandwiched by bots. If it's not, you don't want to automatically be down on your buy for whatever coin you're buying for no reason at all. Now, if you're trying to snipe something, you can obviously raise these settings. I'd prioritize bribery over priority, ironically, just because bribery is a more significant factor when you're trying to snipe. And to demonstrate this, let's run some live trades using the Ignite feature to show you both the strategy in action and Nova's transaction speed to really see what I'm talking about.
So for this coin, I'm about 5 SOL into already. You can buy one more SOL right here. Literally instant. No delay on my transaction whatsoever. You can also see right here that Ignite pinged it at a 15.76k market cap, and if I did buy on Ignite's trigger, I'd be in profit right now. So for this coin, I'm just looking for a quick flip on a tech play for Office. Payment processor doesn't really look like anything too special. This account doesn't even look like it's real, with not really too much social proof, but 402 is still a decently hot narrative, and I'm waiting for someone maybe a little bit more influential to catch on to this, or a tweet that verifies this as a little bit more trustworthy tech. Gonna buy one more SOL of this. Seems pretty legit. Definitely seemed a little bit undervalued. Guy was at YC with a previous product, Conf AI. They didn't even finish the website for this coin. Also need the developer to pay DEX and lock a supply on this coin. Does seem very undervalued though. This guy really is from YC. GitHub doesn't really look too special. Already up 10 SOL on the trade right now, about 1.2k. None of my catalysts have really hit at the moment. Still waiting for a mentioned or lock a supply, no DEX paid, and no noteworthy wallets, or I guess wallets with copy traders are currently in. So I think this is a little bit, I still think this is still pretty undervalued. Not going to sell any here. Just going to see how it plays out. Market conditions aren't too great right now, so I am lowering my expectations a little bit. This is his previous project. Said it was pre, so probably sold the shares. Almost that migration. Just because market conditions are a little bad right now, I'm just going to take a little bit out on migration. More than 20 stores onboarded. Obviously, can't verify any of this, but Twitter looking pretty bullish right now. Solid information feed. Migrated. Dex was paid as well. I'm holding a pretty high amount of supply, so I don't really want to step on this coin just yet. Just gonna wait a little bit. Still no people with copy traders that I'm tracking, buying in yet. This coin still feels a little bit underexposed right now. Interesting. Here is the AI following this page. Yeah, everything seems to line up pretty well. Shit's probably at 0. Yep, 0. Oh, that's not good. I think this is very clearly fake. It's clear he's misleading people to try and like buy into the coin because he was YC funded for Conf AI, but this guy's not interviewing a Y Combinator with Office. Come on now. Oh, it looks like he's botting followers. That's not a good sign. So right now, currently up 2.3K with the help of Nova's Ignite feature. If I was just sitting on Cosmo, I might have gotten lost in the tens of thousands of coins that are spawning daily and maybe missed this. We got buybacks. We're doing pretty much everything right for a decent utility coin. Once again, let's see how this plays out. Some catalysts knocked out. We got Dex paid. We got them already initiating buybacks. We've got the developer announcing his YC history. Some potential here. I think the main counter catalyst to this trade is that people do claim handles all the time for YC. So odds of buying into a launch this low could be pretty unlikely. So just a hedge, I'm going to take a little bit of profits right here just to stay safe. Took my initials here. We'll see how it goes. And you can see, even with the sells, instant transactions, there's no delay whatsoever. I'm not getting sandwiched by anything, and I can just focus on my trade. So I've got about 4.5% of this coin left. The main catalyst here would be if the developer, Kritten, posts a video talking about Office. This coin chess seems like another easy flip for a tech play. Everything seems to work. Nothing really standing out about the team. Nothing out there actually. So not really as bullish on this, but should be able to do a quick scalp. Just exited this coin. Once again, easy $200 scalp that I just made there. All with the help of the Ignite feature on Nova, instant transactions, no delay whatsoever. And you can see, while I'm not buying everything that I see on the Ignite section, anything that I see with a somewhat decent potential narrative that could possibly gain a little bit of traction from other people looking at it and thinking that it's worth something, Ignite does a very good job of filtering pretty much all the garbage out and letting me focus on coins with actual profit potential. Seems like buybacks are still working just fine. And just to be transparent, I have had Cosmo open on another monitor this entire time, yet every single coin I've traded so far has only been from the Ignite section. Just really shows you how well the algorithm that Nova's built filters out a lot of the garbage in the meme coin market today. So this is probably going to be my final catalyst, the Twitter Spaces. It's the final catalyst for what a lot of these developers of these utility coins do. They pretend they're hopping on Spaces, you know, prove that they're legit and everything, and then they'll just end it the second it starts and then rug the coin. So I'm going to be exiting aggressively up until that point. Yeah, this Twitter is just super fishy. Probably should have seen this before, but there's no history of his time at at a confident AI. It's just things that make it look like, he was in the payment processor game before this, but it's just all reposts. Yeah, not really liking this. Just seems very, very manufactured. So I'm just gonna try to really aggressively exit on a pump. Tech does seem real though. People are saying they've been able to integrate payments into their shops. But anyways, until that happens, I've already taken out some initials and some profits. My position's currently up 2K right now. And Nova's built-in algorithm in the Ignite feature really helped me find this coin. Once again, I'm not buying every single thing I see, but it does show me only the highest quality coins at the moment and lets me divert my attention and research into just a few select potential runners instead of having to scan a million different coins. Just bought another coin right here for a quick easy scalp made by someone with 24.5k followers. Just gonna go in and out for this. Never mind. Dev sold. I'm an idiot. Oh, no, he didn't. It's 1 minute in. Another $100. Quick and easy scalp. Not really too great of a narrative, just relying on this guy. Very clearly a trader, so he's here to extract with 24.5k followers. Went in with the assumption that people will just see this, buy instantly, realizing there's nothing really to this Twitter community after, which is why I exited quickly and just made out with a very quick, clean and easy $100 scalp. Still, regardless of the dev's history, he's playing the book very cleanly when it comes to running up and getting traction on Twitter for a tech coin, saying all the right things, submitting an organization, saying he's going to provide affiliate badges to make the tech office seem more verified. He's doing a very great job. Oh damn, I papered this. Whoa. Partnering with MoonPay? I don't think so. No way. Just selling out some here just because, yeah, the dev is playing by the book for like getting a tech coin attention, but it's just hard to verify anything they're saying. It just seems way too bullish for a coin that's only sitting at an 85k market cap and with no previous history on the dev's Twitter page. So sold a large portion of my bag right there. Seems like the dev is really good at making tweets and making bullish tweets. Just lacks the proof to actually back them up, but bullish tweets regardless. So I think there are some realistic catalysts, some announcements that he can make that will pump up this price further, or anything else that he's got prepared. I'm just going to be aggressively taking profits for whatever announcements that he's making. Whoa, what caused that candle right there? Integrated with Square. They grabbed his old handle. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that explains the lack of history on the devs page. So this guy is the real developer. Just gonna sell my bag here. And that pretty much settles it. Could possibly go higher just because the guy running this is really good at making these bullish announcements and knowing what the crypto audience likes. So LARP Tech could go higher, but I'm not unhappy with the sells. Pretty much sold on every single announcement catalyst. The P&L of about 3.4k to end the trade with the help of Nova's Ignite tab. Quite a unique and a very interesting feature that I've not seen any other terminal out there have integrated so far. But the features don't end there. Nova has so much more to offer. With Nova, you can also import wallet lists and track any trader you want in Solana in real time. So let's say I want to track Cupsy for some reason, a notorious scalper. I'm going to copy his trading wallet, go to add wallet, Cupsy, and add a cup emoji right here.
And from then on, it's going to track every single transaction that Cupsy makes and how much Solana they're allocating to the trade. So if I go on Ignite, I can open up Wallet Tracker right here, put it anywhere that's comfortable for me. And this is something that's just going to stay in my peripheral while I'm trading. You can see everything they're doing in real time. But one thing I'm going to tell you right now is do not copy trade. It's the easiest way to wash your portfolio. And especially when volume is down, you are just going to get farmed. You're buying a coin with a narrative that you know less about than the one you're copying, and at a much worse entry because you're buying after and competing with that wallet's copy traders as well. You have no context whatsoever when you're copy trading. You're stealing someone else's conviction, and you make less, or what's likely going to happen, lose more if you exit when they do as well. Instead, you're going to be tracking wallets to stay updated with what's getting attention, decide if it's a good narrative yourself, and then decide whether or not it's worth buying in. Regardless though, the wallet tracker is a useful feature, especially if you're still building your own system. And if you can find wallets that are more anonymous and have a more consistent track record to watch from transactions you're watching on coins while trading, all the better to you, right? Now, on top of this, Nova also has a unique built-in tracker that allows you to see what coins are being scanned by some of the largest communities in crypto. As you can see right here, Potion Alpha, Vanquish, Pastel Alpha, Prosperity, DigiWorld. I can add anyone I want. So let's say I want to add DigiWorld and Prosperity to my tracker, open a monitor, unlock it, and from then on, same thing as the wallet tracker, I can keep it wherever's comfortable for me and just keep up with the coins that are being scanned in these public paid communities. So right here, for example, Circle Jerk, I can see that it was scanned by Prosperity in 1858 in military time. That's 658 right now, and I can open it up and see what it's about. But same thing as tracking other people. This is only useful if you treat it as situational awareness. Because these are public paid communities, the quality of these scans is going to be extremely mixed by definition, right? They are going to have some sharp traders, but they're also going to have a lot of brand new emotional participants who are going to be scanning every single coin that they see. Every trading group is going to have this, and it should be natural for every trader to scan diligently, right? But a trading terminal, a tool, cannot know whether the coins they scan are actually good. It can only show you that they're being scanned. If you blindly use the wallet tracking system and the monitor system as a signal to buy, you will inherit absolutely horrible habits. You're going to get late entries, you're going to have crowded exits, and just high competition on low liquidity coins with mediocre or poor narratives. You don't have the context in this scenario. Both trackers are just a way to help stay updated on coins that you may have missed, but your edge and your profits will come from the aforementioned strategy of sitting on Ignite and the new pairs tab. Blindly following everyone else is how you're going to end up as a statistic, part of the 95% of people who are unprofitable in any market. Always do your own research and diligence when trading. Now, when you are trading, another very underrated feature of Nova is their cashback system. Unlike a lot of other trading bots, a lot of other trading terminals where every trade just eats into your capital, right? You're just burning money from transaction fees. Nova actually rewards you for using the platform, and every single trade that you make is going to end up over here, and you're going to get a small percentage of the size you used back for free. So the more you trade, the more you're going to save. And it doesn't seem like much at first, right? But over time, trust me, this adds up, especially with the fact that Nova has one of the highest cashback systems out of every other trading terminal right now once you trade enough. So if I go to the maximum level, 30, for example, I'm going to have a much higher cashback rate. And compared to a lot of trading terminals out there that still have an outdated cashback rate, Nova is going to treat you well. So to wrap this up, Nova is honestly more than just another tool. And I'm genuinely shocked that a lot of traders haven't been utilizing it since the recent platform upgrade. And everything we set up today loops back to the alpha filter strategy that I talk about in many of my previous videos, which is centered around 3 pillars: environment, narrative strength, and asymmetrical upside. First, I read the environment, so are we in a hot market or a slow one? And Nova's going to make that obvious because Ignite shows you just plainly how many quality coins popped up during your trading session and the multipliers they achieved from the moment Ignite caught them. That's going to be your indicator. If the count is high, if you're seeing a lot of coins end up on Ignite and you're seeing a lot of high multipliers, you can afford to be more aggressive on your buys and look for higher multiple plays. If your feed is thinner though, and you're seeing low multipliers, you might tighten up on your buys and sell more aggressively. Second is narrative strength. Nova's advantage is that it filters like no no other trading terminal out there. Ignite is trained on months of runner data. So instead of drowning in tens of thousands of new pairs, you are watching a short list with coins that may have potential stories. And from there, you do what I did on camera. So ask yourself, is the coin telling a clear story that will make people believe it will go higher? Is the coin ran by influential people? Are there any realistic physical or sentiment-based events that will make people want to buy in? And who will buy the coin 5 times higher? Your exit liquidity. And the structure of Nova forces you to practice this. Every trade you make can kind of be thought of as training your narrative analysis rather than just a reflex from buying off your emotions or just seeing a coin getting volume and FOMOing in. And finally, the asymmetrical upside. Nova consistently surfaces potential quality narratives early enough to the point where the reward for taking the trade is still there. Whether you're scalping or you're looking for a longer hold, Nova is going to show you everything you need to figure out the narrative and the multiplier indicator as proof. The general strategy for trading meme coins on Nova is going to be exactly what I showed you during setup and in the quick live trading. You can have Cosmo open as a new pair monitor, Ignite to maintain selectivity and filter out potential quality, and keep monitor and tracker in your view for further information. You build out your system through my 3 pillars of the alpha filter and then run every coin you see through narrative analysis. This is genuinely the first trading terminal I have seen that has provided a unique advantage like this in so long. But edges like this don't last forever. As more traders adopt and break down Nova's algorithm, the feature is going to be crowded. It's inevitable. So abuse it while it's still underused. Keep Ignite open, put narrative first, and always do due diligence before buying. But if you want to take it further and really nail down that process of finding quality coins, as well as access the private calls from me and my research team with proven results no matter the market condition, I built the Fortune Inner Circle, the only mentorship experience in crypto. From people like Bobby Chang, who started as your average university student from Yale with zero knowledge of crypto trading and just recently hit his first 5-figure month after working with us, to people like Ko, a returning trader from the last bull cycle who we helped navigate this one to over $3.5 million in profit. We've consistently helped traders accelerate their growth and mastery in the crypto space. And if you want the quickest and easiest path in mastering the crypto space, feel free to apply in the link in the description down below. And I'll see you in the next one.